Let's go to his next one, shall we? Reminder, this one is called How to Find and Recruit High Quality People for Your Home Business.
It took me 7 years to fire my boss, to create a full-time income, a 6-figure income. But it was when I started recruiting up those entrepreneurial-minded, business-minded, motivated types of people, right? Like those people typically do pretty well if they want to. If they're hungry, they have the desire, and they have the capability. They have the influence. They have the experience. If they have experience running a business, if they have experience with social selling, typically those people can do pretty well. And there's different types of A players, right? You got some that are maybe like influential, or, you know, they have a really good network of people to pull from, maybe been in business a long time, or they've done things like this before. So I'm going to give you some tips and some ideas of where to find those people, how to approach them, what to say, what to do, because I can tell you that once I started recruiting up, once I started bringing in these types of people in 2008, that was my first year where I made over $100,000 in network marketing. It wasn't until 2007.
Okay, I am going to be a little blunt for a second. If you thought in any way, shape, or form that you would have any success in a multi-level marketing business by recruiting people that didn't have the capacity to recruit other people, what you doing? What you up to? Yeah, that would probably be step number 1. Wouldn't you think? Especially for, you know, someone that I think's actions are very slimy and greedy and manipulative. Once again, those are his actions, not him as a person. I don't know him as a person. I don't want to know him as a person, as Miss Cece Suarez would say. With that being said, that seems like a no-brainer. And once again, this proves to me that they do not have any professionalism whatsoever. If you were to go to an HR department, they would see your resume. They would say, are you qualified to have this job? Would you make a good fit for this? Would you be successful in this? Instead, these people that get into MLMs are being told, they're being manipulated. You would be amazing. I had no followers. I was an introvert. I didn't even know how to talk to people. They're being told, and a lot of times faith manipulated. God will give you the tools. God will tell you, what you need in order to make this work. We're here for you. All of these things that tell them, yes, you got this. And yet, the fact of the matter, and I've said it in many videos, and I'll say it again, is that you need to have a level of charisma. You need to have a level of business savvy. You need to have a level of, little to no ethics and morals. You got to toss those out the window at some point in time. And there's a bunch of other factors involved, whether it's bookkeeping or understanding revenue and expenses. For those of you who don't know, because I do have a couple more people I'm so excited for, I have a free worksheet down below that is designed for those that are in multi-level marketing businesses right now. If you have a loved one, it is made with a lot of love and care, and it is designed to track expenses and revenue within the multi-level marketing space. Not only does it help them determine their profit, and it's very user-friendly, and it helps them think of all the little things that they might have forgotten that are expenses, that they're like, oh yeah, I didn't even realize that's something that I'm, purchasing because I'm in this MLM. But at the very end of it, let's say that they are still in the green and they are still making $100, every month. And they're like, $100 is $100. Well, then they realize that they're spending $10 hours a week on it. And that ends up being $2.50 an hour. And they're like, you know what? For $2.50 an hour, I could find that in my couch cushions. Okay, I'd rather spend that time with my friends and family. That's not worth my time, energy, and effort. So that is down below. It's available in 2 different versions. A locked version, which makes it where you don't have to worry about messing anything up, and a completely editable version if you want to change the language, if you want to mess around with the formulas, do whatever the heck you want. It's all there for you, completely free down below, just as a resource. Once again, made with a lot of love. It says nothing about anti-MLM. So if you want to very, kindly give it to someone in an MLM, say, hey, I heard this is a great tool you can give to someone in an MLM. It helps you track the money that you're making so you can be super successful. That way it's like a tool for them, not like are you really making money? Well, you should track it. It's meant with a lot of love. So please use it that way. So back to John Melton.
16 years later that I finally cracked 7 figures. And I still remember sitting down with Nadia. We were writing down our goals, and I remember we wrote down, to make 7 figures. We made $2 million that year. The first 2 years in network marketing, I literally spent more money than I made. That was like my education, right? That was like going to like Millionaire University. Like that foundation was what I need. I didn't know how badly I needed personal development. They would always say it's,
wow. The fact that he is justifying the fact that he spent an entire year in the red. John, people cannot afford. This was posted 7 months ago. People cannot afford in this economy to go an entire year in the red. You are so out of touch. You are so incredibly manipulative to sit there and say, or even allude to the fact that if they make a 1-year loss, that they have the potential to make 2 million and millions of years after if they just focus on personal development for a year. All because you want them to join your Facebook group. Your little Facebook group. That's insanity to me. And this is why I make this content, because 99% of people need protection from people like him. They need to make millions of dollars. Maybe they never got around to creating a 401k. Maybe they're in medical debt. Maybe they're in just normal, debt. Maybe they lost their home. They're thinking, what can I do to get ahead in life in this economy? I'm feeling hopeless. And they're listening to people who are charismatic, who are successful, and they're thinking that this might be their answer. But it's not. Because the truth is in the evidence. And the evidence shows that his last MLM went kaput, and lots of MLMs go kaput. FTC, blah, 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 all the other things I've said. Rewind if you forgot what I said. I don't want to repeat myself too much.
It's personal development with a comp plan attached. Like, the more you work on yourself, the more you grow the more you grow your business, your bank account. You gotta, work up your confidence, your mindset. Like, it was so important, but I didn't know that. And, it's interesting how people get into a business like this to make money, and then they get exposed to like mentorship in the community. And it was so inspiring for me. You want to recruit better people, then you got to get better. You got to get better with your
Sorry, I'm pausing a lot, but I couldn't imagine, first off, being exposed to mentorship from someone who is money hungry, someone whose ulterior motive is to keep me on this grind, to keep me going, and spending on this business opportunity. Whereas, once again, I'm coming at it from a Christian point of view. The amount of opportunity that is given to you and the mentorship that's given to you within your own church, and not even from church leadership, from just your fellow congregate members who are just there like, what up? Like, how you doing? Oh, I was struggling today too. The amount of genuine one-on-one conversations of people who are like, I was going through a hard time and this verse really helped me, or I altered my mindset, or just moms just trying to help out other moms, or dads trying, like my husband loves his men's group, loves being able to talk to, go golfing with some of his men. I know it's like super bougie, but he loves him some golf. In terms of needing mentorship, you can find that anywhere from your workplace to your extracurricular activities. And whether you're a believer or not, they don't care. You can go into church and not believe a lick of it. And you can go in there and they will be happy to have you. The fact that you are there listening, opening your heart, opening your mind, you do not have to be like, God is number one. The fact that you are just there in the heavenly presence of other children of God, church members will be like, yes, please, because they want you to just open your heart a little bit. Just open your mind. So anyway, all that to say, mentorship is available in many places. And I would much rather have it from people who have no motive behind offering it to me than people who do.
Language, your communication, your approach, your follow-up, your professionalism. Like, these things are important. Like, you know, people sometimes try to recruit me, and I never want to be rude, but I'm like, dude, really? Leaders join leaders, bro. I'm sorry. That's just the deal. So in 2008, when I finally cracked six figures, I started recruiting realtors, you know, own their own business, people that had their own construction company. Like, you got to think of it differently, right? Sometimes we think, oh, I'm just going to talk to everybody. And look, you can talk to everybody for sure. But I think it's easier for you to talk to people that are just like you in the beginning. In the beginning, you're starting to get results. And when you start to get results, guess what happens? You start to have some fun with it. You start to build up some confidence. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that I talk to a lot of people about, they're like, I don't want to recruit people because I already recruited a bunch of people and they quit. And it's like, so what? Like, you can't let that affect you. You marry the process, you divorce the result. You can't allow...
You marry the process, you divorce the result. Hopefully he'll go into more detail about that. I don't quite understand that. But he is very all over the place with his entire thought process about the people that he's saying. So he just said that people are trying to get him on their team, and he's like, no, leaders join leaders, bruh. Leaders join leaders, braskies. And listen, I understand that these guys are swindlers. I understand that they are smooth talkers, that they can convince lots of people. He specifically said, remember, he went up. He went up in the people that he was going. Up to me means he went up above himself. And yet those people are trying to do that. And he's like, leaders join leaders, bro. So you're telling people to do it. And yet when someone did it to you, you just completely said, no, thank you. Which is it, Brosky? Brah? 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 What is it?
All the quitters, the naysayers, the haters sipping on that Hateraide to prevent you from achieving your dreams, from pursuing your goals. So you got to stop listening to those people. Yes, I'm hanging out with those people. Maybe you can start right.
I love when their rebuttal to haters is just to stop hanging out with us and listening to us. If there's any hater, I actually had my very first, and I wouldn't even call them a hater. It was someone who had food for thought. And I thought it was so valuable. And I listened and I read and I was thoughtful about everything that they said. I replied to them just like I do almost everyone else. And I was very introspective about what they have to say. And I was like, thank you so much for that. And I will definitely keep that in mind moving forward. Be a hater to me. I want constructive feedback. Now, if you sit there and say, Kayla, you're ugly. Kayla, you're whatever. Well, I can't change that. Okay? There's nothing I can do about it. All right? But if you're giving truly constructive feedback to someone, that's not a hater. That is someone who probably cares about you and wants to see you, especially the way that this commenter wrote their comment. I don't remember which video it is, but you can find it if you want because I left it, of course, up. Is that they care enough to write that. They care enough. It was very thoughtful and well thought out. And that person is probably not a hater. I care about the 99.9%. Reminder, if you don't know why I started creating this channel, 2 reasons. Number 1, my mom was a part of the 99.9%. Never made a dime. Okay, and she was part of many companies. Number 2, while watching anti-MLM content, was actually in not only active addiction, but also losing my faith at the same time. Not blaming anti-MLM content for any of that. I'm saying that the MLM people themselves, the things that they were saying in the name of God was absolutely crazy to me. And I was just in a dark place in general. But now I'm in a much better place. I'm a recovering alcoholic. And I am fully in my faith right now, rediscovering many things. And very, very happy about that. I've been a Christian. I was baptized when I was 16 years old. Let's get back to John and his haters drinking their Hateraide. Guys, I'm going to live with my Pepsis. Okay? And live.
Writing down people that you know that are in business. You know, you can go alphabetically. Like, who do you know that's an accountant? Who do you know that's an attorney, right? Who do you know that owns a barber shop, or they own a bakery? See, all of us have a chicken list. People, I don't know them that well. I haven't talked to them in a while. I don't know what to say to them. You just reach out. Hey, Sarah, how are you? How's the family? What have you been up to? Do you have any goals? Anything you're working on, working towards? And then you go back and forth, a little back and forth. Just like, listen, I would love to hop on a call with you. I'd love to catch up with you. We're expanding our business right now. I was talking to my mentor. You know, this person makes multiple seven figures. Like, I told them about you, and they'd love to meet you. I was just curious if you were keeping your income options open right now. If you're open to other income streams outside of what you do right now. You got to get out there and tell your story. You got to get out there and plant those seeds. You need to not be afraid to approach people. So what if you don't know them that well? So what if you haven't talked to them in a while? What does that have to do with anything? I will say this.
Could you imagine? You are a successful bakery, small little bakery owner. The fresh bread smell is constantly in your hair. You are a walking, talking smell of comfort. And this skeezy slime ball that you met a couple years ago while you were working some dead-end job, he was a line chef working at that chain restaurant you were at, it's like, are you keeping your income options open? Yeah, it does matter if you don't know them very well, because you don't trust them. And you have built something beautiful and amazing, and you probably have some small business loans that you need to keep on top of, and you don't have extra who knows how much, according to him, $2,000 starter kit to be able to be chilling out just so you have a chance to keep your income options open. So yes, John Melton, it does in fact matter if you know people and if you trust them. Because I guarantee you, none of my trusted friends and family would ever offer something of this nature to me. For many reasons.
I don't prejudge people. I will work with anyone. If they have a good attitude and they're coachable, I'll work with them. I don't care how influential they are. If you're a jerk, not interested. Every dud knows a stud. So don't just try to go out there and personally recruit A players. Someone says, I don't have time. Great. Who do you know that has time? I don't have a lot of money. Who do you know that has money? I've never done anything like this before. Who do you know that's done something like this before? Because they could be on your team. How about you get on a phone call every day for just 5 to 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just to catch up with people? And they don't necessarily have to be an entrepreneur or have a business.
Why don't you get on the phone every day for 5 to 10 minutes to just catch up with friends and family? For no other reason. Literally no other reason. To just check on them. See how they're doing. Tell them you care and that you're there in their corner. No ulterior motive. No income streams open questions. Just to say, hey, no, it's been a while. Just want to check on you, see how you're doing. I think about you. In fact, that reminds me. I'm going to hit up Roxy today. Roxy, I miss you, girl. That's it. That's all.
Business background, but I'm saying in general, you know, they say your vibe attracts your tribe. Do you have people in your network you're like, oh, I don't know them that well, but I want to get to know them. I don't know that person. I haven't talked to them in a while. Or I think they're too successful or they're too busy. Knock it off. It's nonsense. Listen, even if you approach your A players and they all say no, and they all say no, you just planted 4, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 seeds. You never know what that can turn into. You know,
For our bingo list. Don't let me forget, planting seeds.
I used to play this game with myself. I'd be like, if I don't approach the people I know, someone else is going to get them. So I would like freak myself out. Like, oh my gosh, like if that guy joins or if she joins under somebody else, I'm going to be devastated. So at least I want to approach these people and ask them, do you keep your income options open? We're expanding our business, looking for people just like you. I'm expanding my beauty business. You know, whatever business you're in, what does your business do? What does your product do? What's your top selling product? What are you excited about? All these like insecurities, like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. Just start doing it. How do you think you get good at anything? Playing the game. If I play 3 days a week and you play 0 times a week, I'm probably going to be better. So if you go live 3 times a week and I go live never, you're probably going to get better at doing videos. Like people go, I suck at video. How do you think you get good at it? I don't know how to approach an A player. Oh, how many A players have you approached? I'm not good with the follow-up. How many people do you follow per day? Hey, did you have a chance to look at the information yet? What did you like best? What would your goal be getting started? What would you like the next step to be? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10, you're ready to get started right now. 1, you want to be a customer. Where are you at? You're a 4? Okay. Did you just want to start off using the products? Or were you still serious about making an extra $1,000 per month or more?
Income claim. I love that I stopped it there. Income claim, you cannot say that. Per FTC guidelines, you cannot say the amount or an amount that is not equivalent to what the average person makes. And because of the fact that they don't have an income disclosure statement readily available, we have no idea what the average person makes, which means that they can't put out that information. And I know he's giving an example, but I have not seen not one single income disclosure statement that says that $1,000 is the amount, even annually, that they make extra. Not even annually that they make. Isn't that insane?
More. Yeah, I'm still serious about that. Okay. So what do we got to do to get you to a 10? Because I'll work with you. I'll coach you. I work with an incredible team. We will help you with what to post, what to do, what to say, how to build this business around your busy schedule. But what is it that you're afraid of? What are your biggest concerns? Do you see how that just rolls off the tongue for me? I've been doing this for a hot minute. And yes, you're going to suck in the beginning. Yes, it's going to be awkward in the beginning. But you just got to get over that. How about this? What are some of the things you're passionate about? Now, what I want you to do is join groups that have those things. Like, as an example, I'm in some pickleball groups. I'm in some, I got a Tesla. I got 2 Teslas.
John Melton is over here infiltrating the pickleballers. Pickleballers, beware. You might have a Melton lurking around the corners of the Facebook pickleball groups. Oh my gosh. Melton, yeah, scheming pickleballer. Tesla driving, pickleballing, bow, bow. Money hungry, sunglass wearing, Burberry coat wearing, used car salesman.
Teslas. So I'm in some Tesla groups. I'm in online marketing, and I also own some investment properties. So I'm in all these groups, right? I'm in Destin groups, and right, I can go into these groups. You go in there and engage. You make some damn friends. Hey, I'd love to catch up, learn more about you and your business, share with you what I do. Maybe there's a way we could work together. Maybe there's a way we can collaborate. This is not difficult language. Let me know when you have 15 minutes. I'd love to get to know you a little bit more. Or, hey, Sarah, how are you? How's the family? What are you up to these days? Awesome. Just curious. The reason I'm reaching out to you is our company is expanding in the area, and we're looking for amazing people that are looking for an additional income stream. I work with people that literally make extra money all the way up to multiple 7 figures. And I don't know if you're familiar with ABC Company, but we've done some incredible things over the last couple years, and there's a lot of growth and opportunity. If you're open, I'd love to introduce you to some of my mentors.
The fact that he actually said mentioning the company is extremely rare, because you've noticed everything that he's said before. He hasn't even mentioned, like he said, ABC Company, as if you were to say, oh, I'm working for Nueva, I'm working for Herbalife, I'm working for whatever, which he is a part of Nueva. That is extremely rare. They like to keep the companies on the DL, because if you Google the companies, what are you going to find? Hi, little old me. You're going to find all of the beautiful anti-MLM creators. You're going to find amazing articles. You're going to find lawsuits and all kinds of crazy crap. This conversation, even though, remember, we just got done with his video where he talks about the future of 2025, or the future of multi-level marketing. And yet this is stuff we've heard for what? Forever and ever and ever and ever. It's the same rigmarole. It's the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. We're tired. And I'm sure they're tired. And yet, he's still spouting the same thing over and over. The future is in the Facebook groups, the pickleball Facebook groups. Guys, get excited.
People I work with. If not, no big deal. Now imagine if you just did that.
If not, no big deal.
You got on the phone. You connected with like-minded people, especially people that are already entrepreneurial. They're in real estate. They're in sales. They're in business. They own a laundromat. They own a restaurant. They're already doing social selling. Like, why would you not build relationships with quality people? Some of you get so frustrated because you're like, oh, all the people I talk to don't have money. Stop talking to people that don't have money. If the value is there, they'll find the money. So it says, someone says they don't have the money, they don't believe it's worth the money is what they're telling you. I don't have the money. Oh, that's exactly why we're talking. You know, I already make a lot of money. I'm doing really well for myself. Oh, that's awesome. If you don't work, how much do you make? Approximately. So you own a business that owns you. I make $500,000 a year in real estate. That's awesome. What do you make if you don't sell a house? Just out of curiosity. Most people want residual income. Most people want to make money in their sleep. Most people want to be healthy, wealthy. They want to diversify their income. Most people. So it's just you getting better, you planting seeds, you having conversations, you coming across with more confidence, even at the beginning when you don't. Brene Brown says it best. Choose courage over comfort. I don't have the money to go to that event. All the more reason to go to the event. I don't know that many A players. Let's go out and meet some people. There's humans everywhere. Where are they at? They're in groups. They're in your local community. They're on Instagram. Go make some friends. Go connect with people. Get on the phone with people. Send them out some products. Connect them to your upline. Get yourself out of the way. This is how I built a 6-figure income. And guess what? The only difference in 6 and 7 figures is you learn to make 6 figures. You get really good at that because you're doing it. You make it happen because you're coachable and you got a strong work ethic and you put in the time, the effort, the sacrifice.
Whenever they say coachable, that means, are you able to be manipulated? That is what it equals. Coachable equals, can I manipulate you? If you ask any probing question, let's say you're just like, you know what? It kind of is giving, I don't know, disingenuous. It's kind of giving skeezy energy. I guarantee you they're going to say, what? You're not coachable. Coachable on our bingo card. Oh, guys. Oh, we're going to have the best bingo card ever. What should we do if we win bingo? If we win bingo, we could have like an extra long video, or we could have like a viewer's choice for the next video that we react to. Oh, this would be so fun. Okay, I'm excited. Anyway, let's let him, I think we're almost done because he put up, we're almost done because he put up his little mylifestyleacademy.com.
And then you teach people how to do it.
That was it. You teach people how to do it. Guys, what a beautiful, beautiful example from John Melton himself on the contradictory nature, the low morals, the low ethics that they have within their businesses, the contradictory nature of how they speak. They will say anything, everything to get people to join. And most importantly, what he repeated over and over again was money. Money. It's all about money. Who has money? Who can they get the money from? What can give them money? 6 figures, 7 figures, money. And the greed is so potent and so clearly evident in everything that they're doing. And I want to make it clear. Everyone deserves to be comfortable, to live a life in which they're able to afford both their needs and their wants within reason, right? Like, yes, I would love to have an in-ground pool in my backyard, but guess what? I have an above-ground pool and it serves all of our needs. And the fact that we were able to get that is a miracle in and of itself. I am so incredibly blessed by that. Like, and being able to be, that's one of the things that I personally love about Christianity. My daughter and I pray every single night, and we pray for everything. I'm talking the ability to eat, to sleep, to wake up, to walk with our 2 feet, to dance, to love each other, to have friends and family around us, for our dogs, for the roof over our head, literally every single thing. And even in that, whether you're a Christian or not, whether you call it a prayer or not, that gratitude of just knowing what you have and how lucky you are to just live and be a being on this beautiful earth is so incredible. And yes, people have been through lots. I've been through lots. People have been through more than me, less than me. It doesn't matter. But the more appreciation that we show for where we're at and who we are and what we have, I feel like the less greed and the less desire for things such as more and more money and more physical, worldly things. And once again, this is an anti-MLM. I don't want to get too much into that stuff right now. Once again, he didn't put out some Christianity stuff. I'm not trying to shove my beliefs down your throat. That is not the purpose of this channel ever at all. But I do think that when we see this level of manipulation and the level in which we can see how he has even manipulated himself to see that that is the most important thing, and whether he's putting on a show or not, I have no idea. Not my prerogative, but it's, you know, this is what he's showing out in the world and putting out into the world for others to then consume. It just, to me, it's sad. It's sad, and I hope that one day he sees himself and sees what he's putting out there. I want everyone to remember that money isn't everything. Success isn't how much money you make. And remember, Jesus flipped tables on scammers in the temple. And so will I. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all the new subscribers. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.